Hello and welcome back to Strongwoman High's Life is a Mishmash. Today we have very special guests joining the podcast. We have Amy Howes here. Hi Amy, how are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. Thanks for having us on.
No problem at all, no problem. So, do you want to give a little bit of an elevator pitch into who you are, what you're all about for the pod?
Yeah, sure. So, my name's Amy. It's Notman-Howes now because I got married, but I still haven't told the bank or anything, even though it was like a year ago. I've been doing Strongwoman nearly 3 years. I did my first comp sort of October 2022, so I'm still really new. Done some really cool stuff. Got to do the Britain's Strongest Stone Lifter last year, where I came third. I've pulled a truck. I've done like all sorts of cool stuff. I just love it, and like, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's part of my life now, and I really enjoy it. So that's pretty much it.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Sorry about your name change. I've also done the same thing when I got married. Changed it to Morgan Potter and then didn't change it on anything else. I've only changed my passport, which has caused so much drama. It was probably, I wish I hadn't done it now.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for my driver's license and that to come back, but it's fine. It is what it is.
It's such a chew, isn't it? Such a chew. But anyway, that's another problem for another day. So what do you do? What do you do in your, for work? What's your, life?
So I'm a veterinary nurse. I've been in the veterinary industry for nearly 10 years. I've been qualified since the start of 2020. Done loads of cool stuff with that as well. Got to go abroad, work in Sri Lanka at a dog charity, all sorts of cool stuff. Also very handy doing Strongwoman for when big dogs come in, because the reception actually comes and gets me when they need boxes brought in for deliveries and stuff. So yeah, it's been very handy.
Class.
Yeah, it's good.
I love that. I literally, I feel like if I could live my life again, going down, the veterinary pathway would have been what I do, because, I freaking love it. It's so sad, and I think that would be the one thing that would stop me, is the sadness that's involved with it all, because I don't think I'm mentally strong enough to cope with that, but, animals are just the best, aren't they?
Yeah, it is mint. Yeah, I do love it. We don't have any at the minute, because we used to have a couple of lizards, but they've all kind of gone over the last few years. So it feels a bit weird to work with them and not have any in the house. But yeah.
Well, I mean, if you want some dogs, mate, I've got hundreds.
Yeah, you've got fuckloads at the minute, haven't you?
Fuckloads. Well, currently 7, but one of them's going back home today. Oh, well, technically, I'm dog sitting another one as well, so it's still 7. But wait, one's going today. And then 6 will be living in my house still. So
yeah. We live in a 1-bed flat, so that's not an option for us at the minute. But yeah.
No, I live in a house and it's still ridiculous. Fucking trying to get through a doorway when they're all in the house, nearly impossible. It's like a fucking tidal wave surge of dogs. It's funny, but also a nightmare.
Yeah, chaos. Yeah.
Nice stuff. Right, well, let's get straight into the podcast then. So what has been your Strongwoman high, Amy?
Loads of stuff. Probably doing Britain's Strongest Stone Lifter, just because it was the first time I'd done a comp that I'd had to properly travel for. So it was in Lochte, Scotland, and I live in Sheffield. So because I wasn't driving at the time, I had to get 3 trains up, and then it was by this loch, and it was all very scenic. There was a guy playing the bagpipes. Everyone was dead friendly. I got to do the walking stones, and Izzy Tate was the ref, and she was walking next to me, shouting at me, and I was like, it's just cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And I think the community aspect of it as well, because my wife's my coach, and she couldn't come with me for that comp because she had something she had to stay in Sheffield for. So I just went by myself to this place that I didn't know, a bunch of people that I'd not met. I'd met a few of them at the qualifier, but not a lot of them. And everyone was just super friendly, and I was cacking it about not knowing anyone. It was just a really nice vibe. But it was in October last year, so I don't know if you remember, we had that big storm that was really bad in Scotland. So the day we were travelling up, it was totally fine, lovely and sunny and nice. And then the day of the comp, it absolutely chucked it down. It was freezing. And then there was things about trains are being cancelled on the way home. And I was trying to sort out a fucking taxi to Edinburgh or somewhere. And then Stacey, who was competing, and James, her partner, who would come to support her, they live near where my parents live in the northeast. And they were just do you want to lift back to theirs? And I was like, yeah, sure. Just a 4-hour lift with so nice, because you just think there's not a lot of sports where you could go and you're just welcomed like that. It was so nice, and it was really good, just really friendly. So 100%. I love that. And probably earlier in the year pulling a truck, because that's just objectively quite a cool thing to do. Um,
Yeah.
but that comp was really good. That was the one that you did as well. It was Teesside Classic. But I
Oh yeah.
saw it on Strength Register and just signed up because I wanted to pull a truck. And then the promoters, is it Andy, I think? He
Yeah.
messaged me and he gave me the list of the other athletes, and it was like you, Jenny Todd, and Holly Ford. And then there's me who've done like a bunch of like beginner comps, a couple of Indus comps, and I did like my only opens comp at that point had been UKNS where I'd come like ninth, and I was like shitting it. And I went and I was like, I just want to pull a truck. Like everything else is fine. It doesn't matter if I get my arse handed to me. But everyone was super friendly, and like Jenny gave me tips for the truck pull, and like Holly gave me like she was carrying these little plastic duck things to give to people at
Yeah.
comps. Like I think it's like something to do with their kids. And then you let me say hi to your dog, who's very cute. And I was just like, it's mad that you can go into this sport, be really new at it, and like be in a competition with people who have done it for a long time and are like quite well known in the sport. And I wasn't made to feel like, oh, like you're new or like separate or whatever. It was just immediately sound. So
Yeah.
yeah, that as
I
well.
remember that.
Yeah, it was a really good day. Um,
Yeah, it was a really good fun day, that,
yeah,
wasn't it? And I feel like as well, like you came in but you weren't well below us, like you were
yeah.
very much
I came
still up
third
there
in
with
two
us.
things. Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you weren't there like fucking being like, oh yeah, it's an easy round against me. You absolutely hammered us.
I did, but it was nice. But the other thing was so I'd done a car deadlift before, but like a regular car deadlift, and that car deadlift, because it was sponsored by, I can't remember who it was, but it was an electric car, wasn't it? So we were picking it up. It was like a heavier pickup, and I remember
Yeah.
shitting myself. I went to do warm up because you were all doing a single to see how it felt. So I was like, oh, I'll go and do that, and I could not get it off the ground, and I like massively panicked. I was talking to my wife. I was like, I can't do it. I'm not going to be this comp. And then she was like, it's fine. She borrowed some salt off of Holly, and then she gave me like a whiff before I did it, and I did 7 reps, and I was like, oh,
I
everything's
know.
fine.
I
But yeah,
literally remember this, and you being like, "No, no, I'm not gonna be able to do this." And I was
yeah,
like, "Fuck, shut up! You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Just do it, do it."
yeah,
And then it was class. It was
yeah.
absolutely
It
class.
was just really good because I mean, obviously, you like I think Holly got something obscene like 14 or 21 reps or something, but
Yeah,
for
something
me that was a
crazy.
really big PB, and it was just really good vibes, and
Yeah,
yeah, that was a really good day. So I'd say overall my highs probably just like the way that I felt like welcomed into this
yeah,
sport. Everyone's just dead sound. Well, in my experience, everyone's been dead sound. So
yeah,
yeah, I'd
a
say that's
hundred
me high.
percent. I think that's the majority of it as well. Like everyone is dead sound. So you know where you were saying when you did that Britain stone lifting comp and you got a lift down with people just 4 hours with some random
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
We've had pretty much exactly the same situation. So this is how I met Matty Costello, who
yeah,
runs the UKNS pathway, because we went to OSG Worlds in 2022 and there was a big hurricane. It was all a bit of a shit show.
yeah,
But we rented a car in Miami, and I remember Aisha messaging me being like, "Oh, Matty's out there. Can you pick him up?" And I was like, "Who's fucking Matty? What do you know about Matty?" And anyway, like he just turned up at a Denny's, and we were like, "Right, fuck it, we're on a road trip now for 4 hours, like in Miami, just
yeah,
driving to Daytona Beach with this random man." Like,
yeah,
but yeah, it's just such a weird, like, it's a weird sport where everyone just wants to help each other. I think because we're
yeah.
all aware of how hard we all work for it, so
Mhm.
everyone's more willing to be like helpful towards you, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, and it's just been nice vibes. But that OSG, I don't know if it was that one or the year before, but that's why I actually kind of got interested in Strongwoman because when I met my wife, she's a PT and she's like a power lifter who does Strongwoman now. But when we got together, I didn't train, I didn't go to the gym or anything. I literally did like roller derby maybe once twice, like every 2 weeks. And I was shit at that. I wasn't like playing the game or anything. I was in pre-mins with my housemate. And so she was obviously going to the gym a lot when I met her, and I was like, oh well, if I go to the gym, I'll see her more, so I'll start training. So she started training me just to do like strength stuff, and I couldn't squat an empty barbell. She had to start me on goblet squats because I just didn't have the stability, hadn't really done any strength stuff. But when we got together, I came over to hers, and she was watching the live stream of Worlds like OSG, and I can't remember what year it was, but Sam Taylor Franklin was doing it. And obviously I'm
Yeah.
gay, she's gay, and Sarah was like, my wife was like, oh, that's, she's from Wales, she's like doing Worlds, and then she pointed to Sue, must have been talking to her, and she was like, and that's her wife, and I was like, gays in the sport? And then, because obviously you see if you kind of see yourself reflected in something, it makes you feel like you can do it. So I was like,
Hmm.
fuck yeah, I would have a go at that. So I think it was probably a few months after that, and then I signed up to do Queen of the North, which obviously is a lot of women get into it by doing that because it's, it's women's only, it's super
Yeah.
friendly, loads of people do it. Um, and then yeah, just kind of didn't look back after that. But it was just cool. So yeah, I really like that episode that you did with her. That was really cool. Um,
Class, yeah.
but
Sam and
yeah,
Sue are awesome. They're
yeah,
such legends in this sport, and I think they
yeah,
just do so much for like the like inclusivity of the sport as well.
yeah,
Like they really push themselves out there, and like
yeah,
while I think it's super brave because there's so much potential for backlash there for them guys,
yeah,
and they're just like, no, fuck it. Like we need that representation. Like, and I
yeah,
think as well that's the benefit of the sport. It's so inclusive. Like no one gives a flying fuck if you're gay or you're trans or whatever. Like
yeah,
it's just like, oh yeah, come and lift some big heavy rocks. Like we all
yeah.
really like it.
Yeah, so it's important to see people who are like you or who are in the same community as you are doing stuff, because I think especially girls don't get that. Like my PE at school was very like, it was split by gender, and the boys got to do rugby and football. Like if I'd been given the chance, I think I probably would, if I'd got my cardio up, I might have been all right at rugby. And the girls
Yeah,
got to do like rounders and dance, which obviously I'm built like a brick shit house. I'm not really a dancer, but
yeah,
I do remember being a bit annoyed, and I just wish girls had more access to stuff like this. But I think with it becoming more popular, and obviously like Brits and stuff, like people paying to see us now, I just hope it is a bit more easy, especially for like different sizes of girls and women to see like, okay, an athlete doesn't just look like an ultra runner, like
yeah,
you can do this as well. Like
yeah, 100%.
yeah, that was really important because obviously we started watching stuff as well as competing. So we've been to every Giants Live Brit, apart from the last one, which you had to watch on the live stream because other stuff was happening. And I remember going the first year and seeing Rebecca Roberts in person and being like, she's huge and she's really
Yeah,
fucking good at this, and I'm huge and I could be probably not as good as her, but I could try. So it was just
yeah,
yeah, it's just really cool to see so many different types of people doing it, and like the weight class like stuff as well. Like you can be 54 kilos and you can do this sport, or you can be like 130 kilos and you can do this sport. And I just think that's sick. Like,
yeah.
yeah, I really like it. Yeah.
So inclusive in it, and I think in a world as well where like I mean I'm not like massive. I'm like 5'8", 5'7", being generous to myself there, but I've always been like a decent sized girl. And I remember when I was in school, I was the tallest person. Like my
Yeah.
genetics just kicked in way faster, and I was taller than everybody. And I
Yeah.
always remember being like, "Fuck me, I hate this. I wish I was like a tiny small girl. Like I
Yeah.
wish I wasn't this size. I wish I wasn't this big because I'm just sticking out in front of everybody." And
Yeah.
now I'm like, fuck me, I wish I was taller. It's
Yeah.
so mad how it's changed, like, and
Yeah.
completely changed your mindset where you've got come from a childhood of not taking up space to now being an adult and everyone in
Yeah.
this community going, no, take up space, you deserve
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, that was my only contact with the gym because I didn't do any strength stuff. But obviously, as a teenager, I got into that thing of, okay, I'll go to a pure gym. I'll hammer myself with cardio to lose weight. I'll do no strength work whatsoever. And like,
Yeah,
your whole goal is to make yourself smaller. And I think being able to be celebrated for the body that you have in a sport is really like my relationship with my body is so much better now that I do Strongwoman. Like I'll cut about in
yeah,
like shorts and a crop top, and it just doesn't bother me now. Like that thing that I think it was Andrea Thompson was saying. She was like, "Wear the crop top." I was like, "Hell yeah, wear the crop top."
yeah,
But yeah, it's
yeah.
just good. I just love it. It's just yeah, I'm really glad I got into it. So yeah,
Yeah, it's one of them. I think when you get into it and you realize like what the community is, I know there's always going to be bad parts, and we'll move on
yeah,
to them in a second. But there's always going to be bad parts because it's the same with everything. But like in general, like even when I'm having a shit time in strongman, I think fuck, I fucking hate this. I'll take a step back and I think actually, like if I look at like the general consensus of this community, like it's just fucking brilliant. It's so like so supportive, and there's nothing really like it. There's nothing that's quite like this type of like supportive community,
yeah,
especially in like other sports. Like everyone just wants everyone to do well. You're going to get bad apples, which you do in everything, but like majority is mint.
yeah, yeah. It is nice, but
Proper.
yeah. The only thing
I
I'm
love that.
kind of worried about is well, I guess you could ask about laws in a minute anyway, aren't you? But like all the Munjaro stuff and like cutting weight class when you're like quite far from that weight class, I am a bit like, come on, all of us are like, the whole point is that you take up space and you can do stuff. And I get if you're a competitive athlete like at a really high level and you're trying to like win worlds or qualify for something or something. But you see people who are like novices and you're like, why are you doing that? Like, yeah. That, I mean, everyone makes their own decision and whatever's right for you is right for you. But for me, I'm like, that's a little bit of a red flag though, isn't it? But
Yeah. Well, this
yeah.
I'll move. Is this your strong woman low, or have you got another one?
Oh, I've got another one, but yeah.
Perfect. Right, let's leave that. We'll talk about this then. We'll talk about this because I
Yeah.
actually I had Georgia Dallison on the podcast yesterday, and we had a really interesting conversation about the weight loss injections
Yeah.
because she's used them, and she's used them for a year just to lose like a bit of weight to get us down to like a comfortable weight for her.
Yeah.
And she lost, I think it was 30 kilos, but over the course of the year, and she was like a super big advocate for it, like really big, really like got on well with them, didn't have the side effects because she was taking sensible doses, all that sort of stuff. But I totally agree with you, and I think it's a big thing in strongman at the moment, the weight issue with the weight classes.
Yeah.
So like personally for me, when I first started, I was quite heavy. I was 90 odd kilos. Well, I think actually no, I was around 85, and then I went up to 90 when I decided going into the 82s wasn't for me. And I did I think it was Preston's Strongest Woman, maybe in like 2021 or something. It was something like that. And that was the first comp that I'd ever weight cut for. And I'd only been in the sport a couple of years, but I think it was only like my third competition in the sport though.
Yeah.
And I did a weight cut to under 82, and I think I only went from 85 to 82, and it was horrific because I had no idea what I was doing. I basically just dehydrated myself until I couldn't move properly.
Yeah.
And then I had like a fucking terrible time. I went, never again, I'm going into the opens. As I progressed through the sport, I then was like, right, I'm never going to be competitive as an open because I'm not big enough and like I'm just not tall enough, like, and I can't hold the amount of weight I need to hold. So I need to drop down because it's probably going to be healthier for me anyway. So I did, and like I've done so many water cuts now. I'm probably into 10 to 15 water cuts, I reckon, at this point.
Yeah.
I know what works for me now and what doesn't work for me, but there is really dangerous ways to do it and really safe ways to do it. And I think just you need to work that out yourself. People need to like speak to people who know and then make the decisions based on themselves, because otherwise it's just ridiculous. Like, especially now when we've got like, I don't know if you guys know about this, but the amount of heart attacks people seem to be having at the moment in strongman, terrifying, absolutely terrifying. And there's other factors to that which we could get into and talk about for hours, but we won't. But I think a big thing of this is the weight cuts and the ridiculous water cuts. If you're cutting more than like 5 to 8% of your body weight in a 24-hour period, you're going to hurt yourself. Like, it's going to be terrible.
Well, for me, because of my job as well, a lot of my job for caring for inpatients is like, okay, you get a dehydrated cat in, and I see how bad it is, like physiologically, for the animal to be that dehydrated, and I'm like, fuck me, you're gonna do that the day before a comp, and then how awful. I know you can rehydrate and stuff, but like, how awful are you gonna feel the day after? But then the thing is, you're not a cat, you're a human. You do get to make that decision. Like, it's not a one size all. People shouldn't do this. People should do this. The same as the weight loss jab. I just think people maybe see stuff on social media and then go like, okay, this is just what is normal. Like, this is just what I do to do this comp. And I'm like, it's easy for me to say because I am so far away from being the next weight class down. Like, open for life, I would have to lose a solid percentage of my body weight to be the next category down. And like, I'm fine with that, even if I'm less competitive. I just do this for fun. Like, it's not, I'm not trying to earn money or anything. But I just think, especially when we're out, the thing I was just saying about going to the gym and making yourself smaller, I'm like, you found this excellent sport where like lots of different body shapes and sizes can do stuff, and it's really good, and everyone can make progress wherever they start from, and then you turn it back into, I need to be smaller. And I get why, like, I get that it's for a competitive advantage. I see why people do it. I'm not saying it's bad across the board, but for me, it does make me go like, it's just, But then, I guess I'm coming from a place where I've never done a cut like that, so I can't really speak from personal experience. And it must be very hard if you sit just above a weight class where it's like very competitive and the next one down might be a bit easier, or like you could do the weights, or I don't know. It's easy to say when you're over 100 kilos and it's just not going to be something that you ever choose to do. Whereas,
100%. Yeah,
but
it's
yeah.
it's a really tricky one because like so I really like the reason why I do it. I think is because for me, I do the sport for enjoyment, and I have to remind
Mhm.
myself about that all the time because sometimes I get a bit carried away, and I'm like, "This is my fucking life," and I'm like, "No, you're
Yeah,
no, this is fun. If you're not having fun, fucking stop." So, like, I do it for fun, but part of the fun for me, I think, is being competitive. So I know, like, if I go to certain comps and I know sort of what my ability level is at that competition, and
hmm
I'm not going to be competitive at that, that actually isn't fun for me. I don't really
yeah,
enjoy that. Like, I wouldn't go to I wouldn't go to OSG now, like worlds level at open weight
yeah,
because one, the events would be so heavy, they would be shit, and I wouldn't be competitive, and therefore, because of those two things, I wouldn't enjoy that competition.
yeah,
So for me to keep the enjoyment, I have to be in that under 82 weight class because I know that's
yeah.
more manageable and that I'll be competitive in it. Which is that, and it's a weird thing, isn't it? Because you're like, well, like if you're just enjoying it, then why do you need to be competitive? Well, that's the
If
enjoyment,
it's
isn't it?
part
Of
of the
it, like
enjoyment, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So it's a really weird way to think about it, isn't it? But I like that you brought that up though because I don't think we ever really spoke about that on the podcast. It's really
yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Um,
I also think, like I've just done a powerlifting comp on Sunday, and it's ABPU, so they've got more women's weight classes as well. So it doesn't stop at like 80 whatever. There's like I'm gonna mess up the things, but like the one I'm in's 110 plus, and there's 190, and it goes down like that.
yeah,
So I don't think that would work so well for strongman because I think, like you were saying on another episode, you're struggling to fill the 82s because everyone's either cutting down or going up. So I don't know if having more categories is the answer, but yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting to have the option. But then I say that, and I was the only one in my category at that comp, so again, it wasn't really, it wasn't to be competitive. It was to qualify to do Brits in powerlifting. So I did what I needed to do, but I would have liked to have had someone to, be in the same thing. But
yeah.
yeah,
I think to
yeah,
get a new established weight class, you need to have the one there. But I do
yeah,
totally agree with you because I think the jump from 82s to opens
yeah,
is so big, like it's
yeah,
so far fetched. Like realistically, if there was an under like 91 or under 100 kilo class,
yeah.
I'd be straight in there,
Yeah,
easy. Like
if you're between 80 and 100, I think it's really unfair to make you either compete against people who could be 50 kilos heavier than you, or have you
yeah,
cut so much of your body weight to get into the next class. But again, like you
yeah.
say, you have to have the people to fill the class, and I don't know if there's the necessarily the need for that at the minute. So
Well, so
yeah,
my thinking behind this is because like the average dress size in the UK is a 16, isn't it? Size
mm,
16. So realistically, if you think about a size 16, most of those women are probably going to be between 80 and 90 kilos in body
yeah,
weight. And I think that's a general consensus for women is like, yeah, we might be a bit smaller, but 80, 90 kilos, like the sensible size for a woman. I think if you introduce an under 91 class, you would fill it because we'd get more
yeah.
gen pop in because it's more accessible to get into that weight class.
Yeah, because you don't then have to lose however many just to compete or to get absolutely hammered by people who are loads heavier than you. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly. I think it would fill straight away, but obviously they've just done the 73s, they've got the 57s now, like they need to I think a couple of years, but I think that
yeah,
91 class will happen or under 100 kilo will happen, which would be
yeah.
like make my life so much fucking easier for one.
Yeah, but I
I'd be
do feel
absolutely
like
buzzing.
I've like come into it at a really interesting time because the last few years, even though I've only been following it maybe like 3 years, the difference in like how many people are doing it and the interest and stuff is really nice to see. So I'm interested
Yeah.
to see where we get to in the next 5 years, but who knows? So
100%. This is the thing.
yeah,
I think the growth of this sport is insane. Like from when I came in 2019, I was like pilfering around looking for information about it. Like fucking hell, can't find anything. And now, like, oh my god, it's everywhere. Like it's
yeah,
fucking huge now, isn't it? So I think in the next 5 years, it'll be really interesting to see what happens with the sport for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. It's just nice having more access to media about it as well, like Instagram, which can be a bit of a double-edged sword, but and this as well, like being able to hear like people who are at different levels in the sport and just like different experiences. Like you had Ava's on the other day. I haven't listened to her episode yet, but I need to. But I think we might have done the same first comp or nearly the same first comp, so it was really nice seeing people who are like the same time as me coming through it. And yeah, I just think
100%.
the more varied sort of experiences people hear, the more they might think they might be able to do it. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Well, this is I've said this so many times on the podcast, but I'm going to say it again. But this was the fucking main reason that I did the podcast in this format now. Because obviously, when me and Jenny just started, it was just a bit of a fuck about because we were just like, we'll just do a strongman podcast because like there's no women doing one, so like why don't we just fucking do it?
Yeah.
So we did it, and then when I created it like and changed it into this format this year, the reason was because when I first started training, I used to scrounge for podcasts for Strongwoman. So like. And there was only a few. There was like a couple with Donna, a couple with Jenny, and that was it. So I listened to them, like, and I was like, right, where else am I getting my information from now? Like, what the fuck? I haven't got any more information. So I thought, well, if I was starting the sport again, what would I want? What would I want to be able to access? And I thought, well, if we have multiple journeys from different people in this sport, that would be an awesome thing to listen to. Because then if you were thinking, oh, maybe I do want to get into this sport, how do I find out a bit more about it? Fucking hell, here's a podcast with like 30 odd episodes that I can now like binge if I need to. So yeah, that was the whole point of the podcast, which I'm hoping like will be good for people. Like it seems to be, because it seems to get pretty good reactions. So
yeah,
just keep working, keep chipping away at it, But right. Let's ruin the good mood then, and let's move on to your Strongwoman lows. What have they been?
So, not specifically Strongwoman, but I partially tore my ATFL in my right ankle. Not in the gym, leaving the gym. So there's a little curb outside one of the gyms I train at, and I just all of my weight went over. I almost would have felt better about it if I'd done it in the gym, because it's like I just can't walk apparently. But anyway. So I told that, so I couldn't squat for ages. Really bad, took ages to get a diagnosis, because essentially all the physios I saw in the NHS were like, you're fat and you rolled your ankle, like, just rest it. So anyway, eventually I got sent for a scan. They were like, oh, you have actually torn this, yeah. So anyway, I wear an ankle support now, which is great, and like I can't wear it for competing in powerlifting, didn't wear it Sunday for my actual lifts, did for the warm-ups, and it was totally fine. But that took me out of competing for a reasonable length of time, which was very annoying. And like on a personal note, I'd signed up to do Hull Strongest, which I was really looking forward to, because Holly Ford did it and I really wanted to compete against her again. The events are really good. But I had some family stuff on, like my mum ended up in hospice, so I couldn't do that. So this powerlifting comp was very much just like, let's just do a competition. And I don't find powerlifting as mentally sort of stressful as a prep for strongman. Yeah. So just the fact I've missed it, I've had a big like chunk out, which sucked. But yeah, outside of that, that's kind of it. I also, from Britain's Strongest Stone Lifter, I do think when I was doing the walking stones, I watched the video back and my grip didn't go. I put them down. So I was watching it back and I was like, and then as I came off like the run when we were doing it, they were like, you put it down, and I was like, I don't know why I put it down. So I think I was only like half a meter off there's not a field record, but I wasn't very far off of it. So I think if I'd been less of a shithouse in my brain, maybe I would have had that. But to be fair, there was another lass who was like, I think about 10 or 15 centimeters further on than me, so she was well closer than I was. But yeah, I think that the like mental side of it, and also if you let yourself get too tied up in how you're gonna do rather than your enjoyment of the sport, I think that can take the joy out of it a little bit.
Yeah,
and that
100%.
I think I definitely overthinking it. But yeah, I have nothing particularly sort of contentious to say low wise. I haven't been in the sport long enough to have any beef, to be honest. But
good.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah. So yeah, not particularly. Do you have any lows for recently, or I guess you get asked that all the time? Yeah.
To be honest, no, I don't. But also, I haven't really been training at strongman for ages, because obviously I pulled out of Europe's this year, just because I wasn't right. I knew I wasn't right. I had so many little injury niggles, and again, like Europe's for me, and I've said this on other podcasts, it's not a comp that I do for fun. In my mind, it's a comp that I do to get results. Like I go to Europe's because I want to be at the top. I want to be on the podium. And if I know that I'm not going to be able to perform to that level, I just won't do it because I know I won't enjoy it. It's really weird. Like, because it's like, you're a bit like, well, you do strongman because you enjoy it. Yeah, I do. But I enjoy being competitive. I enjoy doing well. Yeah. So I think that ties in a lot with my stuff. So yeah, I think that's really like my only low recently. I just started. I trained a little bit yesterday. I did a bit of training with my mate Jackie and did a bit of strongman stuff. And I was like, And then I'd signed up for England's Natties as well
Oh
yesterday
yeah,
because I'd seen there was so many sign-ups, and I thought, fuck, I've said I might do this. And if they close the sign-ups or I forget to sign up, which I do all the time,
yeah.
then I don't want to not be able to do it. So I just thought, fuck it, I'll just sign up. But now,
Yeah.
when you're like, oh no, now I actually have to train for it.
Is that the one they're running it a bit different, aren't they? Is it like Trump weights for everything? And I
Yeah.
hadn't looked at it properly, but I kind of saw something on Instagram, so that sounds kind of interesting. But
It's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, to be
yeah,
honest, I think it's probably the best innovative idea I've seen in Strongman since I've been in it. Like, it's such a
yeah,
clever idea to do all weight classes, all have 4 option of Trump weights. It's the same thing. One, piss easy for the loaders all day. Like,
yeah,
you're not gonna have to be fucking about changing everything all of the time. And two, it's gonna make those competitions so much more competitive because no one's gonna zero stuff.
yeah, yeah. That's good. Yeah. Are
Yeah,
you
I'm
gonna
very
do
excited.
Because I know you did the Unbreakables England's last year as well. Are you gonna do that as well, or are you thinking about it?
I'm not sure. I actually had to look at the events this morning again because I
Yeah,
couldn't remember what they were. So I had to look at them, and I was a bit like, I'm not really a fan of these events.
yeah,
But, however, the only way that I would do it is if it's the same thing. So the England's Opens have the
yeah,
Spotted Giants live.
yeah.
So if that happens and it is the pathway, I would potentially do the Opens instead of the
Ah,
82s to try and get the
get to
invite for
Giants.
Giants.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That is
that's
kind
the
of
only reason.
the biggest thing for like strong women at the minute, isn't it? But yeah, it's nice there's a
Absolutely.
pathway, but like I wish there was more of a pathway. Like there's one spot that you can get in without it being an invite, and I'm like,
100%.
but yeah, it
It's
was really
so
cool.
difficult, isn't it? It's such a
Yeah,
like they've made it really really small, and like I wish there was more of a like they're gonna do or like even multiple competitions to be able to qualify for that Brits because
yeah,
like I know so many people want to do it. Like bloody hell, when we were talking about it last year, there was like 5 or 6 of us who were all talking about, it, and all of us wanted. The only reason we were going
yeah,
to do it was to try and get that Giants live spot. But you're all mates, so you all want each other to get it. But you're also
yeah.
like, I want to fucking get it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. But yeah,
so it's
it's just really cool as well because I think if when you watch it, like obviously yes, you know who everyone is, but you maybe don't know who the like people have come up through the pathway or people who've been invited from different things, and it's really nice having someone to like cheer for who is less like yes, obviously you're gonna cheer for Donna Moore because she's like world's strongest woman and everyone knows who she is and she's always amazing, but it's nice to have people who are newer to be able to see that them kind of like coming up and doing it. It's just yeah,
Yeah,
I just think it's
it's good for
cool.
opportunities, isn't it? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good for opportunities. What's your plan then for the rest? When's your return to Strong Woman then?
I don't know. I did. Hull Strongest were really kind and said that I could defer my place to next year. So
Nice.
I've potentially got that. I need to check though because I'd really like to do Britain's Strongest Stone Lifter again, but I think the qualifier is like very close, or it was last year. I need to check the dates and stuff.
Mm.
I really need to build my overhead. Obviously because I've been doing a lot of bench the last few weeks. I haven't been training overhead, so I really need to build that. Like I got my PB last year at that at Teesside Classic was like a 70 kilo axle, and I'm an open weight, so you know I do need to put a bit of weight on that.
That's still
Um,
pretty good.
well, I'd like it to be better, and obviously I couldn't leg drive. Technically, is an issue for me anyway, and also when I bust my ankle, it's fine now, but I don't trust it quite so much, so I'd need to work on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm definitely going to sign up for something soon. I also I trust because obviously I've said my wife's my coach. I trust her to know what I can and can't do. So I kind of
Yeah.
come to her with a comp, and I'm like, "Will I show my ass if I sign up for this?" And she's like, "No," and I'm like, "Okay, fine, I'll sign up for it then." So long answer. Short answer. I don't really know, but something
You should
soon.
get in first. Join us in the Natties. Come on,
I
do
yeah, I
England's
did.
Natties.
I don't know. I did do it the first year it was on, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna think about it and then I'll sign up for something soon. But I am competing on Sunday made me really excited to get back into it. So yeah, something. I don't know.
Very exciting. No, that's very exciting. I like it a lot. I like that your lows were like just little tiny lows as well.
Yeah,
Like you're
yeah.
very positive, aren't you? You're a very positive person. It's class. Right, let's move on then and do the final proper question. So what would you say to yourself when you first started the sport?
Um, to be honest, it might be going over the same ground, but not not worrying so much about how you look or what size you are when you compete, because like I was still in that headspace of, oh, I need to be smaller. Like I'm, yeah. Don't feel the pressure of making yourself smaller. Just go and do the sport and enjoy it, and don't worry how you look. Like
Yeah.
And also listen to your coach and use leg drive, and watch out for the curb coming out of the gym. But outside of
All
that,
good bits of advice.
yeah, just like slow down and enjoy it. Like you don't have to be thinking, oh, I need to win this so I can go into inters. I need to win that so I can then do an opens. Like just chill and enjoy it because it's fun, and yeah, you don't know how long you're going to be able to do it. So, enjoy it while you can. Hopefully I'll be doing it forever,
100%.
but my ankle did worry me a bit, but yeah.
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 Always puts a bit of a spin on it, I think, when you have an injury, because you do
Yeah.
think, and this is a common thing in strongman. I feel people get into it and it overtakes your life, like
Yeah.
everything about your life becomes strongman, and then you have an injury and you're like, oh shit, I can't do the one thing that I've just been gunning to do for ages, and you're
Yeah.
like, fucking hell, you have to take a bit of a step back and go, hang on a minute, like what's the rest of my life doing? Like let's
Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
assess this, deal with this, and then like we'll be back to it and it's fine. And like for me, I've had that learning curve this year where I've
Yeah, your
had to sort of
bicep.
go, yeah, exactly. I've had to sort of go, right, I can't just rely on training and competing in strongman to be my one thing in my life, because it's too risky. It's going to ruin my life if I just put
Yeah.
all my eggs in this basket.
Yeah.
So I think taking that step back sometimes and being like, no, there's other shit going on that's very fun.
Yeah.
Like too, it's all
Yeah.
right. Like don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Take it nice and steady. Because like you said, you can be in it. We could be in it till we're fucking 60 at this rate.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be Claire Myler and doing like 2 sets of everything when they're, yeah.
Fuck
I'd
yeah,
love to be like that.
absolutely.
But yeah. It's addictive, and it's really good because I think once you start seeing yourself build strength, especially when you're a beginner and it kind of goes up quite quickly, I think it's easy to then have that turn into your whole thing, and it's just like
Yeah,
just chill. Yeah, it's all
yeah.
good.
This is really good, but it doesn't need to overtake your
It doesn't need to be your
personality.
whole life. Yeah, it doesn't need
Yeah,
to be your whole life. But yeah, so yeah, yeah.
100%. I love that. How do you find working with your wife as your coach then? Do you get annoyed about it or not?
No, surprisingly good. She calls me a dumb jock sometimes because I refuse to learn anything about I just say she writes it down and I do it. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to know about it. I don't ever want to be a coach. Like I just want to do it and enjoy it. So I think she gets the hard end of the stick, to be honest, because she has to both corral me into doing stuff and to try and get me to do it with good technique. Because
Yeah.
she's normally a powerlifter. She does do some strongwoman as well now, but she's very like technique focused and is really good at it. And like bench is her favorite thing, and she's very like techniquey about that. And I'm just like, I'm just gonna rag it off the ground. And several years later, she's still like, please, can you retract your shoulders? And I'm like, yeah. So I would say she's very patient and she's very good at it, and I feel very lucky that she's my coach, both because I don't have to pay her, which obviously is mint, and also it's she understands me so much that I feel like she can program around me really well. And when I did my ankle, I was still going to the gym, and she's like, that really helped my mental health because she was able to get me to do stuff around it. So I still had that in my life, and it didn't, like, I could have gone down quite a big hole. I mean, I didn't break my leg or anything. It's not as major as some injuries people have, like popping your bicep off. I didn't have to have surgery or anything. It was only a partial. But it's funny how much it does affect you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, mint. It's excellent. I'm sure she gets frustrated with me sometimes, but I love it. So yeah, and it was really nice, like, to compete with her as well, to see her do it as well. Like, that's really fun. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
Sam and Sue have said that before as well, that they love competing with each other, and like
yeah.
it's just like nice to do, isn't it? Because I train sometimes with my husband, but he does ultra marathons, so
Oh,
very
okay,
different
that's slightly
training.
different vibe. Yeah,
Very different training, yeah. Like
yeah,
sometimes I'll go out for runs with him and stuff, but I started coaching him for a bit of strength training when he did his last ultra, and
yeah.
fucking hell, there was a problem with fucking everything. I don't want to do that, it hurts. I don't want to do this, it hurts. I was like, It all hurts. What are you fucking on
Yeah.
about, mate? Like, you'll go and run 300 miles, but you won't deadlift off the floor. Fucking hell. Like, it was a chew. So, yeah,
Yeah.
what I do now is I just give him a program and just let him do what he wants with
Yeah,
it.
just let it. Yeah, we have to
I just
be
write one, send it on his way, yeah.
we have to be quite good around boundaries because I get especially like if a comp comes out that I might want to sign up for, or like I decide that I'm gonna like I want to do this size at this stone, or I have a goal for this or whatever. I get really excited about it, and obviously for her she's really excited as well. But it is also work, so I have to be like, can I ask you about gym stuff right now, or do you need a non-gym night? And she's quite good for telling me because I just like I'll talk about it for days. But obviously, it's
Yeah.
important to have a bit of a space from it as well if it is literally your job.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd say I find this with physio now. Now that everybody sort of knows that I'm a physio, oh my God, you go out for tea with someone
yeah.
and they're like, oh, my shoulder's been really hurting. And I think, I don't care. I just
This
don't
is my
care.
hourly rate, and here's how you book an appointment. Yeah, it's like when people ask
Basically,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like when people ask me, like I don't tell taxi. You know how taxi drivers are always like, "Oh, what you do for work?" I don't tell them that I'm a veterinary nurse anymore because they always have like my sister's dog or like my cat or whatever, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no. A, I'm not allowed to
Don't care.
diagnose or
Not in
prescribe
work.
because I'm not a vet, and B, I'm not currently at work, so please go away. But
No, yeah,
yeah,
100%.
yeah. Hmm.
It's a bit of a chew, isn't it? Right, well, let's move on and do the final part of the podcast then. So we will do the silly goose.
Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where our lips get loose and our minds run free. Silly goose. It's silly goose time, where we chat a load of shit that's of absolutely no use. It's silly goose time.
Do you have a silly goose you would like to bring to the table?
I have a suggestion for a silly goose, so I couldn't think of one, but I asked my friend Dave, who thought of one. So you know how old World's Strongest Man used to do mad stuff like champagne hold, cheese deadlift? Dave's idea was if you had to overhead press a food like a biscuit or like a giant version of a biscuit or a sweet, what would you want to overhead press and why? So
Instantly,
yeah,
fish. A fish.
fish,
A giant
like,
fish, yeah. A giant
but
fish. And this
but it's
all ties
grippy.
back. Yeah, well, that is exactly. It makes it much harder, doesn't it? So this all ties into my absolute obsession with one event in Strongman called Salmon Toss, right? Which is in Alaska's Strongest Woman, like millions of years ago at this point.
Yeah.
And they had this giant rubber salmon that they just had to throw as far as they could. Like, and I was just the minute I saw it, I was like, I'm obsessed with this. This is all about me. I just want this rubber salmon, nothing else.
Yeah.
So in my mind, like if you get like something massive, like maybe not. Well, I don't know how small bluefin tunas can be, because in my head, bluefin tuna's like 400 fucking kilos, which is way too heavy.
Big.
But like a small bluefin tuna, I feel like that would just be hilarious, especially if you had to do floor to overhead and you had to like grapple it off the floor. Obviously, either dead or like a pretend one. Don't start coming for me for animal cruelty stuff. But if you like had to like scoop it up and then like get it onto your shoulders, imagine how hard it would be to hold the fish in the rack position. Like I feel like I want to go and try it now.
Even. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be heavier at one side, isn't it? Like, it's going to be such an awkward thing to press. I would fucking love to press a giant fish. If someone's listening, is a promoter and thinks, I can do this, hit me up, because I'll do that. I'll do a world record fish press.
I think Dave
what would yours be?
Oh, I don't know what mine would be. Dave said giant pack of Rolos, but I think that would be really hard to grip because there's no obvious handle, unless you're going for like an either side, but nah. Probably like a giant chip, like Saxon bar kind of situation, because you could get your hand around it. Or the other thing as well is I know I need more practice with natural stones for like reading them for how to lift them, because stone to shoulder at Britain's Strongest was quite hard. So I just want something that's like evenly shaped, evenly weight distributed, like flat, like a Yorkie maybe, or something flat that I can actually hold. I'm like fish things sounds like absolute hell to me because they're slimy and they're wet. And like, what are you going for a grip around the tail, or how are you like? But yeah, like a block press, I guess. But
it would depend on the type of fish, I'm guessing. Like, because if it's a short fish, I guess you could have like one hand around its tail and one hand under its head, like a whoosh. But like, it's gonna be hard, that isn't it?
Yeah.
What my other thought there was a giant egg. That would be really fucking cool.
That would just be like stone
Huge
press,
egg.
but yeah, I guess almost like you would have to do it like a Husafel, where you like the thin part of the egg is at the bottom, and then you but I don't know how you do the press part.
Press it
but
like that. Have you ever tried to press a stone? It's fucking well hard.
Yeah, I think we saw it on something, or it was on a comp, so obviously we had to go in the gym, and I think I did like maybe the 40, and it was very difficult. Just like technique wise, because obviously you can press a lot more than that, but it's just so like, and also terrified of dropping it on the head. Who was
the stability is the scary thing, isn't it?
Was it John Paul Sigmarsson who did like a press where he rested it on his head or something? And that shit. We watch all the old World's Strongest Man sometimes, like on a night time, and that stuff terrifies me, to be honest. But yeah. So, I'd probably go chip or flat chocolate bar with some kind of good grip on it. Yeah, that would be mine.
I'd fucking love a giant Yorkie as well. Giant chocolate bars for me are like, just like, you know, like I feel like the only one that really does it is Toblerone. Like when you get those huge fucking massive Toblerones for Christmas. Oh my God, if every chocolate bar could do that, I'd be dead.
That would be quite a good one, actually, because you could, if you had a giant one, you could, I feel like the grip on that would be better, kind of. But yeah, maybe I'll revise my answer. Maybe giant Toblerone would be a shout.
Yeah, giant Toblerone. But I want it like, it's going to have to be like at least 50, 60 kilos. But imagine having 50 or 60 kilos of Toblerone. I'd be over the fucking moon. It would honestly finish me off. I bought a share box of Buenos from fucking Costco the other day and I was fucking buzzing with that. I just love chocolate in excess.
Yeah, we had, so when we went this comp on Sunday, we had like stuff like belts and whatever in a suitcase, backpack with clothes, and then we had an entire backpack that was just like snacks, and none of it was good. It wasn't like actual food. It was like chocolate, like fizzy laces, like none of this was nutritionally beneficial for comp day, but it was good. So
yeah. That's the one thing that no one will ever change my mind on. I remember doing one Europes where I was on food prep for, it was last year Europes because we had Natty Worlds and I had 2 weigh-ins within 2 weeks. And so while I was doing Europes, I had to eat on plan. And honestly, I was fucking furious about it. I was eating fucking chicken and rice and veg like halfway through the comp. I was like watching everyone else eat fucking like tasty snacks. I was like, this is shit.
And you're in like bodybuilding prep, like fish and a rice cake vibes.
Yeah. I was like, the one thing that I enjoy about comp's being able to eat whatever the fuck I want all day. And I can't even do that now. Like, fuck now, bollocks to that. Bollocks to it. Like, I like eating a lot of shit and no one will ever convince me. I don't care about optimal nutrition on comp day. I want to eat garbage.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
What did you do then? Were you allowed energy drinks or did you just subsist off chicken and rice and sadness?
I did, chicken and rice and sadness, to be honest. To be fair, I'm not a big energy drink person anyway. I don't need any more caffeine because I'm already too hyped all of the fucking time. But like the only thing I did miss is my original Lucozade. I'm an original Lucozade girly, fucking a bit old school. But that is, if I ever need like a little pick-me-up, an original Lucozade will get me right on track.
Yeah.
But
nice.
you couldn't have that for wake up vibes. Too many cals. But anyway, right, my question for the silly goose, it was a bit of a random one, and it's only because I saw a video of it on TikTok yesterday, is would you rather be chased by an ostrich or a giraffe?
Ostrich got big fucking nails on their feet, man. Like, I feel like ostrich is going to eviscerate you. Giraffes mostly fight by absolutely, like, whacking their necks off each other, I think. So I feel like if you but they can run fast. I'm going to go with giraffe because I feel like I don't want to be like Jurassic Park Velociraptor in the belly.
Yeah.
I'm also, my brain immediately was like, which one's easier to ride? Like, could you pin either of them? Because obviously a big part of my job is restraining animals for things. So I'm like, how would you pin down an ostrich? But
well, this is what I was thinking, if you did get chased by one, which one would you more likely be to win in a fight once you're on the ground, like once it chased you down?
I feel like I'm not coming out good on either, to be honest, because I feel like if a horse can kick you and kill you, I feel like a giraffe is so much... They must be meatier. Like, they weigh more and they're really tall. I feel like they could kick you in the head and definitely kill you. You're essentially choosing if you want to be bludgeoned to death or eviscerated to death. I think I'd probably take bludgeoned personally, so I'm having the giraffe. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think I'd probably go with giraffe as well because I think it'll be faster. But also, I feel like if you're at the front of the giraffe, say it chased you down, you've been trampled by it, it's running back at you because it's coming for round 2. Yeah. I feel like the only way that I'd do it is like scrum tackle the like front legs of the giraffe, take it down, and then stay round the front legs because it's the back legs. It's not going to be able to push them forward, is it, to get you? So you stay around its front legs, contain them, then like on the ground, I feel like a giraffe's useless on the ground, whereas an ostrich is going to be harder to deal with on the ground.
I feel like if you're grappling the front legs, I don't know what their kind of range of motion on the neck is, whether they can like get down and bite you. And I also don't know what their teeth are like, because are they like goats where they have like one set of proper teeth and like a great, I don't really know a lot. I'm a small animal nurse, I don't really know anything about like goats around. But I'm like, if you're grappling it and you're down, do you reckon it can get down and bite you? Because I feel like being bitten in the back of the head by a giraffe would suck. My technique would probably be, can you run under anything? Because I don't think giraffes can get down very easily. So I feel like if you can hide under something, maybe be all right. Whereas I feel like the ostrich would just fuck you up kind of however and whenever you are. Kind of like Terminator.
I feel like as well, like a giraffe's not going to be as agile as well. So if you're feeling a bit like speedy, I reckon I could probably I don't know how fast a giraffe runs, but I feel like I could outrun a giraffe or outmaneuver a giraffe at least. Like if I was zigzagging, like I feel like the giraffe's going to be like, what the fuck's going on there? Whereas an ostrich, not a chance. Have you seen them come zigzag? Like they are so fast.
Yeah. And also pinchy, I feel like very bitey as well. Ostriches seem like more raggy generally. I feel like a giraffe is, maybe kinder. I don't know.
Yeah, you could maybe reason with the giraffe. The ostrich, not a chance.
Yeah.
We went to an ostrich ranch in when we were in Arizona, and it was absolutely terrifying. Like they had this little stand where you could go over, and the heads just poked over the fence. And like they were desperate for we were giving them these little pellet food things, and also you put them into the tube, and they were like slamming their heads into it like crazy. And people were like, "Do you reckon you can feed them with your hands?" I was like, "No, I'm not feeding these cunts with my hands." Yeah, like I like my hands; they're useful. Like, I'm not giving them to the ostriches, but yeah, they were the scariest part of the petting zoo, to be honest. Like I didn't, out of all of them, it was an ostrich farm, and I didn't really like them. But I used to though have rheas, which are like mini ostriches, and they are lovely. They're really, really nice. I really like them, but they just died because they were old. So, but if I could get them again, I would definitely do that because they were actually quite nice.
I feel like that's the same for any species though, because like lion, terrifying. House cat, super cute. Like I think it's a size and how much could they hurt you if they really wanted to. Kind of, is it friendly looking or not? Saying that, I get scratched to shit by cats all the time. Well, not all the time, but sometimes.
I feel like cats are much more aggressive than dogs, though. Like, I would hate to be more of a cat vet than a dog vet.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a lot. Oh, this is my brain's pure. Like, well, if you do, minimal handling and gentle and blah blah blah, and use your felly weight, don't scruff them ever. I don't know, I feel like cats are just more agile at getting away from you. Dogs are a lot more dog-shaped, whereas I feel like cats are a lot more fluid-shaped, so if they want to fuck you up, they kind of can. But, yeah.
Yeah, getting a good grip on a cat feels like a really
it's hard,
task.
yeah.
Like, I don't have any cats, but I feel like if I tried to grab one, it would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Whereas a dog,
they just
grab
death
it.
roll. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
you got
like crocodiles.
No. Yeah.
Fuck that. Right, well, that was a great Silly Goose. Really went off track, which is what I love. So, where can people find you then if they want to follow you along with your journey and all that sort of jazz? And if you've got anything to plug, then plug it now.
Okay, my Instagram's Geordie Mumbles, like GEO, like Newcastle Geordie. It's on private, but I just don't post a lot, but anyone can follow me. My wife's Instagram is Sarah.Notman if you want to do strength training in Sheffield area. She has places, I think, at the minute. That's kind of it. I have nothing else to plug. Yeah.
Amazing.
Do more comps. Do more. If anyone wants to sign up to some really good stone lifting comps, do the qualifiers for Britain's Strongest Stone Lifter, and then any of Jamie Gorian's comps. They're just mint, really well run, really nice vibes. Would recommend. But that's
class.
That's it.
Sounds mint. No, thank you very much for being on the pod. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all. And we will see you all on the next one. Goodbye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Strongwoman Highs, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support the podcast, then please give us a follow on Instagram. Or if you would like, we're also on buymeacoffee.com/strongwomanhighs. This is where you can send us tips, or you can also join our membership area, which is $5 a month or £4 a month. It's the silly gosling level. We'll post out any extra content that we get on there, and hopefully a few little free giveaways of things as well. The podcast currently doesn't cost a lot to run, which is what we're trying to keep it as, but we would like to be able to cover our costs, and also once those costs are covered, any profit that is made on Strongwoman Highs will be getting saved up and put into a pot for future Strongwoman competitions that we can sponsor. So if you have a Strongwoman competition that you'd like to be sponsored, or if you want to be on the podcast, then give us a shout, send me a message on Instagram or on YouTube, anywhere else you can get us, and we'll get it sorted, because the more women that we can get on, the better. Thanks for listening and watching. Bye!